Go live, and we should be going live right now. Waiting for it to hit. Yep, there we are live. Let me just pause this quickly, otherwise it's going to cause a major issue on my side. And there we are live. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? I'm just going to do a little bit of testing first to see if you guys can hear me. In the bottom left hand corner you will see Mr. Haywire himself, Raihaan.
What's up, guys?
Hey, yeah. Guys, is there I just want to check that we don't have the same problem as we did with Ian last week. Is there any feedback when Raihaan talks? Go for it, Raihaan. Introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
How's it, guys? My name is Raihaan. I'm the founder of Haywire, both the coil company and the e-juice line. So nice to meet you guys. Thanks, Greg, for having me online.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I call him my little angry slummo because he's probably the angriest little man I've ever met in my life. I thought Hugo could get angry until I really got friends with him, and he uses the word fuck quite often. So just if you've any sensitive viewers, just be warned about that. Yeah.
So I mean no harm.
You mean no harm. No, I know you mean no harm. Sound is perfect, everybody. How's it? Let's just say so. How's it to some peoples? Yeah. We got Ahmed, DJ Shaizo, Ryan, Rabi, Etienne, Vico, Mr. Ian himself from the Milky Juice Company. Abra is there, my moderator, one of my moderators. Kitty, Ifran, Andre, Raina,
Yeah.
Mac Vapes, and we'll go on. I'll kill you dead. Brad Coupling.
Sup, Rusty?
And where's Rusty? Abdul. Yeah.
You next week, bro.
Yeah. Okay, first part of the show is obviously just going through a couple of things that have arrived in the shop. You see I have been doing videos. I'm going to try and do one video a day on the new stuff that's arriving in the shop. They're just going to be little quick mini reviews, just to give you a better indication of what's there so you can actually see it. And those people who know me, I'm going to call a spade a spade. Unfortunately, tomorrow I've got to do 2 videos for products that were sent to me for testing, which these people are not going to like, because they are absolute cuck. So watch out for those videos, and I'm sure I'm going to get some hate mail from a company who sent it to me. But anyway, apart from that, you see I did a video on this Blitzen. Let me just get my zoom here so you can check it. I've got obviously a better camera here. There's the Blitzen. Okay, I've got the with bubble glass on it, so it's not the prettiest looking tank with a bubble glass. We set one of these up today for Hugo with a single coil. We put a coil company Alien in there, but we made it 4mm, and we put our favorite juice of all time, myself and Hugo's favorite juice of all time, which is VCT. And oh my god,
and obviously,
where is Raihaan? Need to check your internet, buddy. You are coming and going, but
I'm here.
yeah,
Can you hear me?
your video is not the.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, there you are. Now you're back. You just stuttered. You might have had a bit of a problem with the internet there. Yeah, now you're there. Okay. So, I have to say, I was talking to Raihaan before the show. I'm in vaping heaven at the moment, or nirvana, as I said to him, because I went off tanks, and purely because of squonkers. Everybody knows how many squonkers I've got. And until I picked up one of these, and oh my god, it is just, those who've had an aroma miser will know, the only thing I didn't like on the aroma miser was the airflow. It just was a little bit too restricted for me, but this has got airflow beyond belief, and it's a epic tank. So I'm in nirvana at the moment with another device I'm going to show you now, and the cloud production and the flavor of this is just, yeah, it's beating my Omni, I can tell you that right now. And that's hard to say, as Raihaan will attest to. He knows how much I love my Omni, and for me to say that something beats the Omni is, yeah, it's
It's really hard.
extremely hard. The other one that which I'm pleasantly surprised at is this little the Dead Rabbit 22 SQ, which is it's designed for a single coil, as my video said. But when I got Bra to slap me in 2 Haywire coils, yes, Mr. Haywire, we used Haywire 22 gauge flats for this. You couldn't quite see it on the video, otherwise, because my camera is so cocked in the office. I'm just waiting for the new camera to arrive. But there's the build in there, and this thing, it kicks like an absolute mule. The flavor of this 22mm RDA with these dual coils in is on par, if not slightly better than some of these crazy blimmin' highly heavy expensive RDAs like the Flav and those type of things, and the Armors. Also, the amount of vapor that comes off this and the flavor is off the charts. Scary. Yeah, okay, obviously also we had a whole lot of juices that came into the shop, guys. I'm just trying to get back to that page so we can actually see it. Had a whole lot of new juices come into the shop. We've got some of this French toast, which I'm busy vaping that actually in here at the moment, and I'm loving it. It's the deluxe, and then there's a whole lot of other ones, whole lot of dinner ladies and the different ones. I might go through that a little bit later. Also, there's a lot of guys asking, which I don't think that actually people know that we've actually got them in, because I had a lot of people asking, guys in wanting bags for their mods, little carry bags for their mods. We have got them in stock, folks. It's called the Pocket. We had them made especially for us. I'm just going to put a link in the description here, so if you're looking for that, you can go and that we do have them in stock. So those that are looking for them, ideal, just pop your mod into your bag, especially ones that you want to look after. It's got a drawstring, you pull, and there's your mod protected, and you can put it in your bag.
I think there's enough space for there to put some juice as well.
Yeah, you can fit some juice in there as well. And then the other thing that people were wanting, and they saw me had it, but I don't know why that guys didn't realize that we actually had them in stock. We thought they were one of a kinds, but it's pop sockets. Pop sockets we had them made just as a novelty really, but they've been selling like hotcakes in store. A pop socket is a thing that you use so that you can hold your phone, or you want to do your selfies, you hold it like that, you know. Raihaan's got one as well. So those are in stock as well if you're looking for something, looking for them. Yeah, that's that there. Just want to go and check some questions. Did you see any questions for yourself, Dimania?
No.
If you want to address a question to Raihaan, okay, just please just type his name. He'll type his name now for you. Just highlight it, copy it, and then just put it in front of your name. Put the @ symbol, and then you can direct it for him, and then he'll know exactly if you're asking him a question or not. But let's just check some questions here quickly. Yeah. I suppose I should say Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim friends.
Yes.
Haywire for the win. Just Haywire, which Tokolosh? There's a Tokolosh somewhere. Vaping the Omni in 24 gauge. Yeah. Look, don't get me wrong, the Omni is still an amazing tank. It's absolutely amazing tank, and it's smaller than this, so it's a little bit more petite than this. But when you vaped on this, Francis, you'll understand why I say it's better than the Omni.
Imran, I'm vaping on my G class with Aries mouth to lung tank and some SNLV on ice. Sup, Mr. Wiener?
Mr. Wiener's there.
Sup, Adib? Yeah, we're gonna get more 24 gauge in stock. Should be in stock soon. We just had a problem with some of the suppliers being closed. So yeah, we'll get that soon. How's it, Jeshan?
Okay, we'll answer some questions. I can't see any questions there. Peerless RDTA, not a bad RDTA. Never really been a massive lover of RDTAs, even though you actually have to class. RDTAs, not a big lover of most RDTAs, but yeah. Okay, so Mr. Haywire, how long have you been vaping, man? Yeah?
About 5 years in full, and like 3 years fully not smoking. You know.
So you vaped and smoked. You were one of the naughty
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah. Was.
Okay. Oh yeah, by the way, okay, I forgot to mention, obviously we've got a giveaway. We've got a 30 ml bottle of Haywire 22, which is the juice that has been launched by them, as well as a 24 gauge twisted flat, and I've also got an Elements t-shirt for one lucky winner tonight. Also, by the way, I don't know if that, if you can hear me, Ian, I don't know if that's last week's winner, actually, because I never got hold of me. If he got hold of you, just let me know, please. And the keyword for tonight is Haywire, one word, so it's Haywire. Please enter it so that you are eligible for the prize, okay? You must use the word Haywire. So, Mr. Haywire, so you've been vaping for like 5 years? 3 years off cigarette, 3 years off cigarettes.
Yeah.
Okay, and you feel better for it?
Yeah, of course.
That's good.
That's
That's
better.
good. That's good.
You know, it's a good life change, you know. And plus, you get to meet people that I've never ever thought in my life I would ever meet. You know?
That is the amazing thing about vaping. Just let me butt you quickly. Enduro Rider, I couldn't find any PM. I know you did win it. Please, can you private message me on my personal Facebook page? I don't know why I didn't get it on the other one. So please PM me on my personal. It's Craig's Big Guy Stewart. If you can just, and I'll get that prize out to you. Ian's here as well, so you can either get hold of him or me. Sorry about that, Raihaan. Took up your time from last week. Yeah, last week was not fun for me because I like things to work properly, and if things don't work properly, I tend to have a little bit of a hiffy fit, and it wasn't working properly. So yeah.
Ian, it's all you. It's all you, Ian.
What's all you?
It's all his fault.
Yeah, it's all his fault. Yeah, yeah. He's ADD, ADHD, ADDDDHDA. That's Ian for you. But that's most vapors. Myself and Hugo are actually having a chat today in the shop. I'm yet to come across a vapor that doesn't have some sort of a ADHD, ADD, OCD, APBB, fucking whatever. Every one of us seems to have some sort of a little bit of a nervous twitch or something like that. I think that's why we're all ex-smokers. Okay, yeah.
Just to butt in here, Brad. You know, it was more of a. I started on like the Russians and stuff like that, but I just kept on going, you know, back to smoking. And one thing that is so funny, and it's actually Twist that got me off smoking. And I was a long time smoker from the time I was 12 years old. So yeah.
Yeah, it's everybody's got a different reason why. Mine was definitely health related. You know, for those who do follow me on Facebook, you can see I'm going on this big get healthy thing, made a lifestyle change and losing weight and all this type of stuff, and I'm absolutely loving it. So you'll never see Coca-Cola in front of me, and I'll be drinking water, and that's it.
But I think most of the guys are looking up to you and trying to follow the same thing, because I haven't had Coke in like some time.
Yeah, it's you know that people come and say, you know, I don't try to be, you know, something that I'm not. I'm a giving person. I like to see people live healthily and whatever like that, because I realize how bad and unhealthy I was. So if I can motivate anybody to quit smoking or motivate anybody to get healthy, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Desktop audio I must turn down slightly. Just hold on. I'm turning it down, my KBG, my man. Is that better for you, KBG? Okay, Mr. Raihaan.
Yes.
I asked the same questions to pretty much everybody. If you were deserted on or you were stranded on a deserted island and you had endless supply of battery power, what device would you take with you?
My H cigar.
Your H cigar?
Yeah.
That first one you bought from us all that time ago?
Yeah, I still got it.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that the lipo inside died, so I have to order another one.
Oh, okay. And if you was on that same island and you could vape only one juice, but it couldn't be your own, what would it be?
Come on, bro. BCP.
Okay. At last, somebody who said VCT. My
Yeah.
God. Yeah, but it's amazing how many people. I think 2 or 3 of the other guests that I've had on, every one of them has had triple X in their rotation. Obviously, none of them have tasted a proper. Not saying I'm not taking nothing away from triple X, but when you've had VCT, it's like, you know, they say when you've had black, you don't go back.
Yeah,
So
sure.
when you've had VCT, nothing else is any good. Yeah. What was the other thing I wanted to ask you? I wanted to ask you another question. And Haywire, the juice, how did you come up with that?
We one day it was Rusty and I were sitting at the dinner table and we were having dinner together, and we bought some uh, Woolworths um, mojito, you know, one without alcohol and stuff. So,
Yeah.
hey, let's try this. So I said, you know what, it's a good idea, and yeah, we tried it and we worked on it for a couple of months and it wasn't right, and then we worked on something else and then eventually went back to it, and yeah, we just, you know, finally got it right, and that was it. That's the story of Haywire 22.
Yeah, it takes a lot for Rob Fisher to compliment somebody on a juice, because he's a bloody philistine when it comes to juice. So
Yeah,
if Rob Fisher says that he would vape it, it's it is a feather in your cap, and I have to say it's a lovely juice, but a lovely juice.
Thank
What I would like you guys to see, to try, is to make a cooler version.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
'cause,
think we'll try and or maybe we'll add a shot to it, or but we'll see. We'll probably just add maybe just do a cooler version of it. You
yeah,
know?
because I have to say I'm really enjoying those cooler vapes these days. You know,
Yeah.
there's some ones you can't vape it, but like, you know, most of them I like to have a little bit of coolant in it.
Yeah,
So what?
especially for summer, you know, it's not exactly like the hardest, you know, the coolest thing, but yeah, it's cool.
Cool. Any new fancy things coming from Haywire, being the wire side?
Um, we'll see. We probably want to try out something which not allowed to say now, but yeah, soon.
Yeah, I have to say, you know, I've always been a lover of nichrome, but you know, but only when you started bringing in the stuff that I started using it full time. And I have to say, the wire itself is absolutely fantastic. It's probably the cleanest wire, and I've tried a couple of nichrome 80s, you know, not Chinese ones. I've had from a couple of places, and I have to say it's probably the cleanest wire that I work with, and absolutely love it. And the flat series, yeah, I use mostly flat. Not everybody likes using flat because it's a little bit harder to work with, because it's obviously
I
got that.
prefer the,
You like the round.
yeah, I love the round.
I just like the surface area that you can get with that flat. It's a little bit harder to work with, obviously, because it's got a bit more spring. But just on that note, guys, I had a couple of guys ask this question, and they were complaining that it is harder to work with this flat wire than it is for the round wire. At most tobacconists these days, they sell this. It almost looks like a butane torch that you fill up with like a cigarette. What's that stuff called? That butane stuff, like you fill up a lighter with. And you can buy them. I think they're like about 100 odd rand or so. It's always good to have one of those in your arsenal if you're a builder. And then just heat the wire up before you start bending it. And when you heat the wire up, it loses its spring, so it's a little bit easier to manipulate. And it goes where you want it to go. So that's just a little bit of a tip if you do like flat wire, but it's a little bit too springy for you to work with. Also, by heating it up enables you, when you tensioning your wire to get those rings nice and close together, or the coil nice and closely together, without that springiness, it's able to pull a little bit easier.
Yeah. Also, another thing I noticed that guys are doing with the flat is that they basically using a coil master jig to make the coil. Doesn't really work. You have to do it the old school way, you know. Use a plier and just, you know, keep it straight and good to go. Or you could use Craig's method.
Yeah. Let me just check some questions there because I think I might have missed quite a hell of a lot. Just saying how's it to all those people that are just joined that are, yeah. Enduro, I think I got your message now. There could be PJ Dutoy. I saw that. I will call Beans. I got your message, but I'll get that stuff out to you. What do you want to move to? Okay, that's I've seen that there. Mr. Haywire t-shirt is the best thing I own. Yeah. Okay. On that note, if any of you are juice makers, coil companies, wire makers, and that includes you, Mr. Raihaan, I'm aiming to fit into a 3XL shirt. Okay, 3XL Baron. Okay, I currently wear a 5XL shirt. Yes, I'm a fat fuck. I wear a 5XL Baron shirt. So if you, Mr. Milk, E-Juice, Haywire, Wiener, get a 3XL shirt ready for Craig, please. And it must be a Baron 3XL shirt because I'll be fitting into those by April. So please, thank you very much. So I can actually wear everybody's other attire except for my own. Thank you very much. So I got that out of my way. Haywire, you heard me?
Yeah. Done.
You listen? Okay, cool. How's it dressing all the way from the UK? Guys, what build would you put in a single coil RDA for single battery squonk mod with a warm saturated vape? Anyway, thing you're going to have to do is put some sort of a what's those coils that Bubble Wrap was doing?
5-core aliens.
5-core aliens work really well, Dression. If you can find 5-core aliens, 3mm, I think it was 3mm, that'll give you a nice warm vape, eh?
Yeah, it would. Brad, got a message from Brad coughing. Have you ever tried mix salts? Funny enough, I got mix salts in my Aries. Naeem from Juicy Liquids actually mixed me up some stuff with mix salts. If you run it at low wattage, 14, 15 watts, you're good. But if you go any higher, it becomes carcinogenic, and it doesn't really work for sub-ohm flows and stuff like that.
I'm just checking for any more questions. I can't seem to see any more. A hoodie. Hey, Mr. Milky Juice, I'd love a hoodie, my boy. 3XL. But if you can get the zip in the front, I hate pullover hoodies. I like the ones with zip in the front. Ryan asks, what's the main difference between an RTA and an RDTA? I'm a flavor chaser, so which should I go for? I would probably, if you're a flavor chaser, then you go for an RTA. In my opinion, it all depends on the RTA. Put it that way. Let me rephrase that. Depends on the RTA. Okay.
The guy, don't you guys have the Deja Vu RDTA? That's really a flavor.
Sold out.
Oh.
An RDTA is basically an RDA. So if you can just let me find an RDA, I've got a fucking million of them. That's an RDA. There's no tank. Basically, what an RDA is you sticking an RDA on top of a tank, and then your cotton saturates into the tank. That's basically what an RDTA is. Okay, so on most RDAs you get better flavor than RTAs. It's because the amount of air that can flow through around your coils, and you're limited into an RTA. But not all RDTAs, depending on your top cap, are as tasty as an RTA. I'm still battling to find a really good RDTA. The Deja Vu was nice, but it wasn't like epic for me. But yeah, that's the basic difference between the two. Ohms Raw, I meant to, okay, What? Hey, Lee, all the way from the UK. Lee, we gaming tonight, bro.
What's up, Lee? We miss you, man.
I was gaming with him last night on a UK server with my 100 meg, and I was still one dotting, and I still giving him a bit of stick to the palms. Which flat wire? With flat wire, I wind it and then use a ceramic pole, just heat it after the fact, and pull it fucked, and it all tightens up. I must say, the old crew, they say it as they see it, but yeah. We'll check my ohms been using RDAs for the win. Yeah, you know, you can see I've got all these mini. I've got the SQ on top of my dot mod squonk. I've got my two Monarchs. You know, all these little 22 millimeter RDAs. loving life at the moment. One that's a very underrated RDA, although it's 24mm RDA, which I'm going to do a video about tomorrow, is this Nudge, okay, by Watofo. It's a little bit hard to build on, but the flavor of this thing is absolutely insane. This little Nudge, it's a little bit hard to build on, I won't lie to you, it is a little bit hard, but the flavor on this is also really up there, and it's obviously it's a little bit cheaper than the other ones, but yeah. Troy, I have not played with the Pyro. I'm trying to get my hands on one. You know, the situation is I can only give advice on what I've got, and I try to get samples in, but these companies are becoming a little bit sticky, especially when you give them bad reviews. They tend to say, well, you're going to give me a bad review, then I'll stop supplying you. I'd rather supply the big guys and take a chance, you know what I mean? But yeah, I've got some stuff for review tomorrow. Craig, I think you should send me.
Sorry, Craig.
Yeah.
Mr. Wiener, I'm using gun wax, and it's the best beard oil you can get.